Please note before you watch this whole clip of me sat down talking that I didn't realise how wild my hair was until I just watched it back now. But I didn't want to re-record it just because my hair was a bit dodgy. So, I mean, it's still dodgy now. Anyway, here we go. Hey crew, so this vlog is a bit of a random one. It is mainly going to be about me taking Zack to do a medium, which was on Tuesday, but it's not like the normal style where I like take you along for the journey. What I've done is like a voiceover, so I basically talked you through the test, what I was feeling, what I was doing, all that stuff, and I know you guys find those super interesting. The reason I didn't do a normal vlog style is a couple of different reasons. One, the dog has chewed my camera cable, the charger, so I don't have my camera at the moment. Two, I have just launched my Boon community, which is a membership group with exclusive content in it, and it's absolutely amazing and you guys are loving it. But of course it's taking up quite a lot of my time at the moment as I set that up and I kind of like push it off the ground, but it's really, really exciting. So a lot of my energy has been going into that stuff, and I know that I've mentioned it on my platform. I put a little post out, but I recently got into a relationship, which is so exciting, but of course that has taken quite a lot of my time and energy up, and it's amazing and I'm like loving it and it's great. But of course it's just finding the balance in life again, and so I've had a lot of things kind of up in the air. And when things are up in the air, the thing that gets hit the most is the vlogging, unfortunately, because it's quite, you know, it takes a lot of time to film, to edit. The podcast has still been coming out, I'm still posting on social media, but it's always the vlogging that gets kind of hammered. But it will be back, I'm not stopping, it's just, yeah, it's just time. And I think what I've realised over the 4-year journey is there is no point in forcing it. It's really good to stay consistent, and I really don't like letting you guys down with it, but I also realise that I want to put the horses first, put relationships first, and also the business, because, you know, you need to earn money and survive. So that is why I haven't been that present with the vlogs. But yeah, that's about it. So I will let you guys watch this test. He scored 73.23%. He was really, really cool, really awesome, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. And yeah, don't worry, the vlogs will be back soon, like properly soon. I mean you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking, let's get into it. Okay guys, so let's voice over what I was feeling through the test, what I'm looking for, what I'm doing whilst I'm going around. So here I'm still doing some transitions. That's because it really helps close him up and make sure that he's not leaning down onto the bit. I'm checking that he's responsive to my leg. Here I'm doing a little bit of shoulder in just to check he's around my inside leg, and I also do that the other way. He did feel really, really good in the warm-up, so I knew that we were going to have a bit of an easier test in that aspect, but he also hadn't been out for a while, so I just really wanted to give him confidence through the test. Say I normally come off the left rein going into my test because he's a little bit more supple, but because he felt so good to the right and I didn't want to rush him to get to the left side then turn around to come in from the left, I decided just to go in from the right. So here I'm just doing another halt because I felt him lean on me and I just thought, you know, before we're in there, let's just get it in. And here we are starting the test. So round that corner, I'm just thinking about him staying around my inside leg, lifting his rib cage up to my outside rein, and then we halt here. And this is the worst part of the test right at the beginning. He gets a little bit distracted, so I just put him back on the bit, soften him up again in the hand, and then away we go. Here he felt really, really nice and straight, but I know that they can often spook at this corner, so I'm really trying to keep him together there, hug him with my inside leg, and then we do our medium trot. At this stage with where he's at, I don't really fire him into it, I kind of build him into it. He's still not got a massive medium trot, but I know that that will come in time, and I'd prefer to keep him with me than kind of fluff the whole test for a massive medium trot. That short side felt good. I'm always thinking about pushing them a little bit more there to show them off. And then into the shoulder in, I'm thinking inside leg to outside rein. I'm thinking about getting him to lift that shoulder in it and stay on the line. This circle felt really, really good, really nice and supple. I was super happy with that. And then into the half pass, lift my inside hand a little bit to create bend. Again, not massive expression in these because I know that they're still weak and I want to more get the positioning at the moment than put too much power in too quickly. And then again, here is a nice medium trot. You can see his quarters slightly drift to the right. And maybe I could have corrected it a little bit more, but then there's always the thing of, you know, you could have a big mistake. So here I really ride him for a bit more expression on that side, a little bit showing off again, and then into the shoulder in. That corner before the shoulder in is so important. It really helps set them up, and I kind of use the corner to put them into the shoulder in. And then into our circle, making sure that the shoulder in leads to the circle, that I don't have a random straight stride and then go into it. And then we cruise around into the half pass. This one felt easier to put more suspension in, so I kind of used it and carried on, and it felt really good. And here we are coming into the walk, which I know can get a bit dodgy with Zack if he's tight, but as he gets stronger, actually this walk is getting much better. I think midway through this he gets a little bit distracted, if I can remember rightly. Yeah, there. So I just kind of soften him up. Again, don't kind of overreact to it. Really important in the walk that you stay nice and relaxed, but also don't abandon them. I know sometimes when people say relax, people can just completely take their leg off. I think it's important to hold the contact with your leg. Don't put any more on, but don't take it off. And then we also have a little bit of a dodgy time in this walk pirouette. I've taken the volume out so you can't hear, but basically a horse whinnies and then he whinnies back, and that's why he shoves his head up here. There is where he's whinnying, but again, I just kind of recover it and carry on. Give him a little pat because he felt a little bit anxious, and that just really helps soften him up. And then in this walk pirouette, I'm just focusing on keeping my outside rein, keeping him bent around my inside leg, turning the outside shoulder. Good boy. And then here I'm preparing to go into canter. Now what you'll notice as I go into canter, mostly on all of them, is that he goes a little bit quarters in. Now I do this on purpose because he can sometimes get quite tense going into canter, and the little bit of quarter in just gives him a little bit of room in the outside shoulder to find the canter. Now this is not ideal, but it's just what we're doing at the moment. So here we're doing a half pass. He felt really nice and supple here. These were not good in the warm-up, by the way. He really struggled with this half pass in the warm-up. So what I did is I did like big working pirouettes, like I'd say on like 50-meter circles, because then I know if we can do that, then the half passes are going to be easier, and I worked on that quite a lot. So here we go, coming into our simple change. You'll see what I mean about his quarters coming in. So we go down into the first one. That was really nice. And then here you see I shift his quarters. He a little bit comes to the outside shoulder, but because it's controlled and I catch it, it's not in like, oh, he's falling through the outside shoulder. It's the fact that I'm letting him to basically give him a little bit of room for that energy to go out. I learned this from doing the groundwork with Claire, that it's really important you let the energy escape somewhere rather than them feeling you're bottling it up. And then here we go into our medium canter. Again, I don't massively go for these because I know it's hard to tell here, but Zack has got a great thing of grabbing the bit and running off and trying to pull me out the saddle. He's quite like a strong horse and not got like he's never had the best mouth. It's getting better as I deal with it, but he can grab the bit. So I'm just quite cautious with how much I push him in the test. Better to get less and not completely ruin it at this stage and to keep his confidence. That circle felt really good, and that half pass felt really nice. Here I'm just trying to not let him do a flying change, so I'm not actually overriding him there. I think when you start to try and make it too perfect, that's when they throw the change in. This downwards transition is shocking, but alas, these things happen. He just wasn't quite on my seat. That upward transition was much straighter. That's because he finds going to the left easier. And here now I'm trying to think like, please don't make a mistake, because I'm pretty sure you've done a really nice test, and I hate when you always get the mistake at the end and you're like, we're so close. So I'm trying to keep it together with my mindset and not worry too much about that, and just keep thinking, I'm riding at home and we're just training. That felt like a really nice medium canter. Went for a little bit more there because he just felt more with me. And so if I have the opportunity, of course, I'm going to go for it. That transition was pretty good because the canters to trots are hard. Here again, I don't massively push him in the medium because we're still working on that. And coming into this halt, it's not square, and that makes me a bit sad. But apart from that, it was great. So there you have it, guys. That's a very random, weird little vlog that I'm bringing to you, but I think something is better than nothing. And I know that you guys just like when I show up and I'm myself, so here we are. Also, cute little baby pic here, that's me. That's my brother. But yeah, I really hope that you've enjoyed this one. If you did, share it, comment. If you have any questions as well about what I was saying, just comment and I will reply and answer. And yeah, have a lovely day, and I will see you soon. Well, I won't see you soon. Why am I so awkward on outros?